games 1 and 2. They're actually going to ban the Lee Sin. So Xin Zhao, Viego both available, but Viego is the #1 pick for BLG.
Yeah, I think you end up going back towards the Xin Zhao here. Maybe even opt in towards something like the Lulu mid here for but they are going to go back towards this LeBlanc. I really hope we don't get to see that Ignite. I hate when LeBlanc players take Ignite. I don't think it has enough impact in the lane, and just not being able to get the reset time.
They have to pick up their AD carry here, the Aphelios and the Jinx, to really utilize that Thresh pickup, but no, they are going to lean back in towards the Trundle to try and mitigate some of these beefy boys in the front line.
Yeah, we've seen this kind of come out as a counter to the Xin Zhao, to a lot of it. When Xin Zhao goes in with E, you're able to disrupt his escape and his movement with the pillar. You're able to also obviously steal a...
Not fully utilize the opportunity to pinch that AD carry pool. The Volibear and Mundo have been banned away by BLG, so they are still waiting to see what that top lane matchup will be. And I actually would not mind to see the Ziggs at all here work very well into the composition, adding a nice level of AP damage to those AD skirmishers.
And even opens up AD mid laner here for Zeke as well, if you really want to go for it. Now, it does make things a little bit easier for the likes of, say, the Trundle, who can itemize or can take those armor runes. And looks like, yeah, they're just going to take the AD top to put this Viego mid lane. So, again, great draft coming through here from BLG. And it's going to make things incredibly difficult for Sam D in these fights. If you get locked up at all by a Solar Flare, Ziggs bomb over the top, and that's a dead Aphelios.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do at that point, and we're going to see the Jax, the slight counter here for Long Xin going into Butte.
Level 2 spike. The fact he's not playing to... Ooh, hang on, aiming.
Ooh, we are going to see the flash from aiming. He's not quite out of it just yet. First blood going over to Sam D. Finally gets himself a kill on the AD carry after a very long game too, and that's just a great opportunistic moment there for the side of TT. They forced the flash, they forced him to teleport as well, and now...
Which is why we're seeing all this aggression topside.
Oh, we're seeing it now coming in. We are not going to get the stun down, but the Hextech Ultimatum is enough to put down the Ignite as well. We're going to be able to get an easy kill for BuBu in that top lane. Zika had roamed all the way from mid to that top lane as well, and we can see the flash away from the Zenith Blade here for TT as they try and just keep this one alive, but 2 kills for the Camille, and now we're starting to see the resets come in here for Zika. The rest of TT back away, but I feel like you don't need to trade that. You have the Aphelios pushing. You can just make the cross map.
Yeah, you don't need to commit everything to the play. And this is why, again, like bringing it back up, although TT have a pretty high Rift Tower control, I think they're 6th in the league right now, if I have that, where you have to make plays to salvage this, and it's not working out.
They are looking to try and make the play right now. They land the Aphelios, trying to flash forward, landing the Death Sentence down. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb to try and just dissuade anybody else. But a nice little move there from TT, recognizing, like you said, they needed to make a move, and they did.
And
very little in terms of global objectives. That being said, they're going to try and commit onto the Hextech Ultimatum of this BuBu, but in a 1v3 comes out with a 1-for-1. That is not worth TT.
Now, I'm surprised he even managed to. Xiaopeng didn't have the Subjugate available, so not able to get rid of the resistances. Divine Thunder just being completed by BuBu, whereas Long Xin hadn't reset. He was sitting on a phage, was below half.
Know that the wave clear comes from the Ziggs. If he's just throwing bombs, he's not dying. And as I say that, Solar Flare does get landed. Super Mega Inferno Bomb now does a little bit of damage, and that is putting on the floor in a puddle. Now we can see the rest of the fight really come in. Zika jumps in on the backside. Sam D needs to get himself out of dodge, but they will take down Weiwei. It's a 1-for-1 trade. The Moonlight Vigil is a lot of damage, but not enough to take down the rest of these health bars. And now TT, they may look to try and capitalize on this moment and get some control around this Dragon Pit.
Yeah, you gotta back away. Minefield gonna do a hell of a lot of work in those jungle quarters as well as... Okay, that's half of Pudding's health gone.
There's half of his health definitely gone, as we can see the Minefield just used there a little bit. The distortion in there from Does he get caught off? He does. The Hextech Ultimatum follows him as well. And that's Ziggs picking up a kill. And with these chains, Sam D needs to use a Dark Passion to get himself out. But Xiaopeng being a little lazy and walks a little bit too close to the sun and gets himself burned. And now we're looking at inhibitors going down in favor of BLG. They won't want to take this. Midwave was pushed in by the side of BLG, so they'll have first move onto this bot side. Weiwei jumps back in onto the LeBlanc, but nothing really happens from there. Satchel Charge has been used. Solar Flare does not land. Super Mega Inferno Bomb, though, does a hell of a lot of damage. Is actually zoning out Sam D. He's not in this fight, or excuse me, yeah, is not in this fight, as Sam D is just trying to kite this one back. He's so low. He's still trying to do it, but he's not quite able to. They're just too far behind. Yeah, does his very best, but he's just not got the damage to take anybody down. It was close until it wasn't. Of BLG's mid laners, Longxing gets solar flared up, Zenith Blade, Super Mega Inferno Bomb comes crashing down, and there's just not really a lot that the top laner of TT can do about that.
Now, there's absolutely nothing that he can do, and that's kind of been it for Longxing this game. Wasn't able to get that advantage in the early stages, and now he's punishing for it. We're getting a T-Tours look at how this bomb went down after being able to destroy the backline, and you can see here Zika managing to zone off Yeah. So when Yeah eventually joins this fight, it's already too late. Like, he was trying to see if he could pick off aiming, but because of the long range of that ultimate, aiming's still relevant in this fight, whereas Yeah wasn't. And then the top half of the map is just too strong for BLG right now, as, hold on, there's the pick.
Yeah, they're going to go for on top of BU, and he is going to fall. And this is where it gets a little dicey, though. They are taking down the do land a hook, but they're going to see now if they can jump straight in. It's actually going to be Longxing trying to dissuade everybody. Yeah, forced back as well. Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. These bouncing bombs and minefields are just exactly what they sound like. Bouncing bombs and minefields. And it's going to be BLG first on the Dragon. They're going to try and turn and burn this one as quick as they possibly can. PP God gets jumped on. They have got enough kind of people to keep them away. And now the Dragon Soul goes in favor of BLG. Can you take this fight, though, as TT lose themselves their support? There's the Moonlight Vigil to do one, but it's just not enough. It's not going to be able to get them out of this hole, as BLG get the Mountain Soul, they get the Ace, they get absolutely everything they could have wanted, and they're going to be able to end the game.
And that's going to be all she wrote. BLG, they play that slow. They keep aiming safe, and it means that with that Mountain Soul, they can close out this series.
It was shaky in game 1. Game 3, definitely looking a little bit better, as BLG get themselves a long overdue win in this series, and they are going to send themselves to 6-4, a much better scoreline heading into the latter half of the season.
And kind of a much needed win there as well. As we said, the schedule ahead of these guys is not going to be easy, and when